Taylor, welcome to the club. How happy are you to be here?
Very happy to get it over the line, and obviously it's nice to do something different by actually flying out to meet the boys on a pre-season tour.
What made you choose Shrewsbury Town?
The manager, definitely the manager, and I think the ambition that the club are actually showing, the signings that they've made as well over the past few weeks, just shows the direction that the club wants to go, and definitely the manager.
You said this was something a little bit different, flying out to meet the boys. How did this move come about from your perspective? Was it quite a quick thing, or has it been in the pipeline?
A bit of both, really. I think to answer that question, Steve Cottrell is someone that I know from Bristol, someone that I've bumped into a lot over the years and I know quite well. So I know that the move was something that he's kind of eyed up and he wanted to get done as quick as possible, but obviously he's still contracted to Bristol City, so it wasn't as easy and straightforward. So I definitely kind of took my time and wanted to make sure I made the right decision, but the more time went by, the more I kind of realised that when you've got a really good manager like Steve Cottrell and a club that are showing a lot of ambition that really want you've got to go.
You flew out last night. What time did you end up getting here to the hotel?
I didn't get here until about just shy of 2 o'clock. So yeah, it was a bit of a long one, but it just goes to show, obviously, the way the club handled things as well. Yesterday morning, I kind of gave the green light to the manager, and I let Bristol City know that this is where I wanted to come. And by yesterday night, I was out here. So the club got everything sorted, and honestly, they were brilliant.
And now you are here. You've seen the football facilities we've got. You haven't had much of a chance to explore the pool, etc. yet. But what do you make of where we are for this week?
It looks really, really good. Thankfully, it's actually quite cloudy today. It's not so warm because I've obviously spoken to all the boys and they've talked me through all the work that they've been put through in the heat over the past few days. So just as a little first day, like integration day, it's quite nice for the clouds to come out.
And you had your first training session this morning with them. How did that session go?
Yeah, it went really well. Obviously, I can sense by the boys the amount of work that they've been putting in over the past week, or especially since they've been out here. So yeah, I've narrowly missed that session yesterday, so I'm quite thankful for that. But yeah, I'm actually eager to get going, and I suppose once you're out on the pitch playing football, that's when you feel. That's when you feel your happiest. So, I just was looking forward to it this morning. Met all the lads, met all the staff. I've got a lot of names to remember, but it shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, once I was playing, I was fine.
Out of the lads and staff, I believe you mentioned you already know the manager. You know Aaron Wilbraham quite well as well. Chris, the fitness coach, George Nurse as well. Anyone else?
I know. No, actually, I think you've covered them all there. But I suppose when you've been to quite a few clubs like I have, you always know people or friends of friends, and there's always stories to be told and conversations to be had. And I actually think at my age now, I'm a lot less nervous going into a new team than I was when I was 19, 20, 21. So everyone's been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, like you said, it's actually nice to see some familiar faces as well. Aaron Wilbraham's been absolutely brilliant. Like, he's been on the phone to me quite a lot and talking very, very highly of the club. Same as the manager and George Nurse as well. So yeah, it's nice to walk into a new building but see some familiar faces for sure.
How would you describe yourself as a player? What can fans expect from you on the pitch?
I'd probably say very versatile, and I also play with like my heart on my sleeve. I always try and play with a smile on my face as well and try and enjoy it. But I'm actually here to help this team push as high up the table as we can. And I think that's the ambition that the manager set out when we first had a conversation. But yeah, I'd say I'm very versatile and kind of leave everything on the pitch and willing to do whatever it takes for the team.
You say you're a versatile player, can play anywhere across the back three and as a defensive midfielder is what I've been told. Have you got a preferred position?
I'd probably say in the back three, anywhere along the back three. But I'm also very eager to kind of learn and develop in new positions as well. So if it's something that the team needs, then listen, I'm all down for it. So I'm actually looking forward to getting to work with the staff, with the manager, and trying to see where I can develop my game even more and see if I can take myself to the next level, because ultimately that's what I want to do.
Working through your career now, start off a youngster, you were raised in France from quite a young age, you're fluent in French, but can you give us a little lowdown on the clubs you played for as a youngster, as a youth player?
Yeah, so grew up out in France and did all my academy years out at RC Lens, so fantastic club out there, and moved back over to England when I was 19 and I signed for Bristol City. So had a very, very up and down few years at Bristol, and I think I look back at my time there because obviously by the end of this loan I'll be out of contract with them, but I look back on it with nothing but good memories really. I think for any young player it's about finding your own path and finding your journey, and I've had a lot of loans, various loans. I've also played a little bit. I've gone in and I've gone out. It's just been very up and down, stop start, and it's been difficult in many ways, and I just think for me it's about finding that stability and that consistency on the pitch. And sometimes when you're not consistent off the pitch, it affects your performances on it. So it was a big decision for me to obviously come here, and I just need that 1 year of consistency and hopefully, like I said, develop my game and take myself to the next level.
And with Lens, you made 10 league appearances. How did it feel? You're a youngster at the time, of course.
Yeah.
How did it feel playing top flight football at such a young age?
I know it feels like such a long time ago now, but yeah, played quite a bit for them before moving back to Bristol City. And yeah, I think when you're a youngster, you're just so fearless, aren't you? You just want to attack everything, and you kind of take a step back on your career now at the age of 25. I know I'm not old yet, but you kind of appreciate how good it was at the time to go and do that at 17, 18 years of age. That was brilliant. And then obviously I've experienced some different leagues as well. I've experienced Championship, League One, League Two, and Scottish football as well. So yeah, it's all part of the journey, and like I said, I just want to kind of settle somewhere for the moment.
When you were playing those League One games, did you come across any superstars from the opposite teams?
Quite a few actually. Yeah, there were some really good players, but obviously, you want me to name drop?
Yeah.
No, I played against a lot of top players out in France. Obviously, the one that springs to mind is Mbappe. I actually tore my hamstring chasing him, funny enough. But yeah, it's like it's such different football out there as well. And that's why I kind of look back at it and think, well, actually, it was really good to experience that, because even now, like, I kind of want to play my game. There's a lot of similarities to how they play their football out there, quite technical and I'm going to say laid back, but yeah, technical and composed, let's say it, put it that way.
I was going to ask how you would describe your time at Bristol City. You kind of already done that for us, so I'll move on a bit.
Yeah, I'd probably say that Bristol City's like been a massive part of my life. I signed there when I was 19 years old, and I'm 25 now, and I know it's not always been the perfect journey, but there's a lot of really good people at that club, and I honestly wish it nothing but the best.
I say the loans. I'm aware you've already been asked this question in another interview of yours that I have watched, but I'm going to ask it again for those who are watching who haven't seen that. How did those loans develop you as a footballer?
I think every single loan's been different in many ways, and I think a mate of mine texted me yesterday saying I'd had more clubs than John Rahm, or that I had more loans than Barclays Bank. So I think every single loan's been different, and it's been a learning curve in many different ways. I think some loans you learn a lot more on the pitch, some you learn a lot more about yourself off the pitch as well. But like I said, playing in different leagues, playing up against different opposition every week as well, different stadiums, different atmospheres, it's all been part of my journey, and yeah, and that's got me to where I am now.
And just finally, obviously, say now at Shrewsbury, have you got any sort of targets or aims for this season?
Definitely, I'd probably say playoffs minimum, and I think that's what the target was by the manager, and that's kind of looking at the signings that the club have made as well. There's no reason why we can't obviously have very high ambitions, and I think talking to everyone who knows the club, who's been in and around the club, just obviously knows that we need to put a good enough team together and actually have a good run, and there's no reason why we can't. I think this league's very open this year, so that was one of my main reasons why I wanted to come, because the more I was actually sat at home thinking about what to do, the club was making signings and actually showing a lot of ambition. So for me, yeah, I'd say that's my ambition, and I'd probably be able to speak to a lot of the boys over the next week as well, and say the same thing come the end of the week.
Okay, thank you, Taylor.
Thank you.